It's Trier Trevians baseball, the home opener, as the Trevians take on the Notre Dame Dons. Glad to have you with us. The Trevians have really been knocking the cover off the ball in the early going here. And some solid pitching on the mound tonight is Eric Wilson. We'll get to that in a second. That's Brian Rogers in left. Bryan Pritz in center. And Tommy Curie in right. Third to first. Third baseman is Matt Sharp. At shortstop, Andrew Gilbert. Second baseman is Chris Busby. And Matt Lottich at first today. Lottich at first. And the battery of Eric Wilson pitching and Steve Marte catching to face the Dons of Notre Dame High School in Niles. Another beautiful day. Temperature hovering near 60, maybe the low 60s. And leading it off is the first baseman, or the pitcher rather, Joe Brennan. Brennan takes a strike, strike one. Brennan swings through, strike two. Little bit of a breeze blowing from third to right field, third baseline to right field, and maybe a little quartering a little bit in towards that right field corner. The delivery on the way by Wilson. In there, caught him looking. Strike three, one up, one down. And here's Hirsch, I believe that is. It's hard to read the writing here. Lou Hirsch, I believe. So here's Hirsch batting. One up, one down for the Trebs. For the Dons, there's a fly ball headed out towards center, and Bryan Pritz has it. He was quartered over a little bit towards left center. In position for that one. And here's the number 3 hitter for the Dons, Ben Dosick. So Dosick bats. Quickly 2 up and 2 down here in the top half of the first inning for Eric Wilson. There's a strike. Now the pitch by Wilson. Low and away a ball. Trevians have scored almost 10 runs a game through the first 5 with a record of 5-1. Ground ball right to Lottich. And an easy 1-2-3 inning for Wilson. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. And we move to the bottom half of the first. And there's no score. Trevians will lead off batters, Marte. Steve Marte, the catcher. To face Brennan. Delivery on the way, in the dirt, a ball. In the dirt, a ball. 2-0. Steve Marte leading off the bottom half of the first. First Trevian batter at home this year. In the dirt, a ball. Trevians hoping to even improve on what they did last year in the state. Finished second in state. Ball 4. Marte draws the walk. And that brings up Andrew Gelber. Pinch runner is Harper. In the low for the strike, and a stolen base right off the bat by Harper. There's a strike. Bryan Pritz on deck. Windshield whacker off to the right. Bounding towards the landfill across the street here at Duke Childs Field. One on, nobody out. Bottom of the first. The look back by Brennan. The pitch in the dirt, a ball. Harper leads. High fly ball. Headed out towards left field. Left fielder has it. And the tag, and Harper going to move on over to third. So score that as a fly out. And here's Bryan Pritz. Batting with a man on third. And one out. A line shot. Gapper to the right field fence. Here's Pritz rounding second on the way to third, and he's going to make it standing up. Stand-up triple for Bryan Pritz on a shot to the gap in right center. And here's Matt Lottich. Lottich with 4 RBIs in yesterday's game against Carmel. Went 3 for 4, or 3 for 4 at the plate. Or was that 4 for 5? I don't have my score sheet from the game in front of me here. Three for 4 because he walked once. Batting here. Pitch on the way, a hot shot, base hit. Nice job by the third baseman knocking that one down, but in the meantime, the run scores. And here is Matt Sharp. A single for Lottich. And here's Sharp with the Trevians now leading 2-0. And Sharp the batter. In tied, a ball. I think they're working on a couple of brushbacks here. Throw to first, runner back. Sharp, a left-handed hitter. Big gap. There goes Lottich. Here's the throw down, not in time. Stolen base for Lottich. Strike on Sharp. Sharp, potential All-Stater at third base. For the Trevs, outside a ball. It's nice to see Matt has found his batting swing. He has really come alive at the plate this year in the early going. Swung through that one. Deuces on the count. 1 out. 2 runs already in here at the bottom of the first inning. The pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball to the first baseman. He'll step on the bag. And on the play, Lottich trots on over to third. And here's Tommy Geary. A lot of high regard among the Trevian faithful for the right fielder. Strike. You can just tell Tommy's also a football player. And a wrestler. Or was a wrestler. I don't know if... He didn't talk to me this year about whether or not he stayed in wrestling. I know he was on the football team, of course. There's the pitch on the way. Swung through that one, strike.
Come on, Tommy.
And the delivery. Oh, my. Blast. Back it goes. Back over the fence. Oh, just missed. Going out of here. And Gary will go into second with a stand-up double. Another run in. As Lottich trots home from third. And there's Tino Malnati. Hey, Tino. Hi, Tino. Wave to the camera, Tino. Hi, Tino. Thank you. Fly ball fall down the line. Here's Sundheim, the designated hitter. Luke Sundheim, the designated hitter for today's game. Sundheim takes a pitch inside a ball. Luke kind of reminds me of an athlete, looks almost like he could be the younger brother of an athlete from Glenbrook South I remember a couple of years ago. I mean, really looks the same, the two of them. There's a strike.
Playing in the Wendy's All-Star game. But it said you have to play in the IBCA All-Star game, so we got to call that.
And the delivery, a ground ball, slow roller, picked up by the shortstop. The throw, not in time. And the run comes home. Score that as a single. And an error. And here is Rogers. Brian Rogers playing left field today. That's a ball. Eighth man to bat here in the bottom half of the first inning. Throw to first, and Sundheim back. 4 runs in. And Gary just missed a home run there on his double. He didn't miss it by much. He's just going to have to put more beef on him, that's all. There's a strike. Just going to have to bulk up a little bit. Now the pitch, swing and a hot shot to the shortstop. Throws to first, and the inning over. In the inning, 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors, and 1 man left. We'll be back with more. And we started out. Yuri leading it off. Gets a strike, strike 1. Second inning, top of the second. Swing and a miss, strike. John Yuri. Swing a little dribbler foul right into his own dugout. Trevians won yesterday against Carmel, 12-4 in real time. Scheduled to play a game against Loyola, but the weather's supposed to get bad the rest of this week. That's a game that we have scheduled on the network, weather permitting. Ground ball, foul into the dugout again. Number 4 hitter in the Dons lineup. Notre Dame of Niles. A little squibber. And in comes Matt Sharp to make the catch. And one up and one down here in the top of the second is Jakubowski. It's funny, I don't think that the north suburbs are really impressed with the Trevians as a hitting club. I think they are sort of expecting pitching to be only okay, and maybe even think of New Trier as a one-player team, one or two-player team. And I think New Trier's got a lot of depth this year, and certainly their pitching is very solid and very deep. They have a pitcher who Coach Napoleon has listed for me as being a JV player that I know for this game there was a scout out here hoping he'd play. Major league scout. Foul ball, out of play in Peter Elmer. Peter didn't play last year owing to injury, but I understand he is ready to go. He had a windshield whacker off here to the right. Swinging a foul tip. Mike Jakubowski batting. A designated hitter for the Dons today. So there are a lot of bright signs on this Trevian team this year. Little ground ball picked up by Gelber. Throws to Lottich. And they're 2 away. On the 6-3 put out, and here's Tokars. Paul Tokars, the first baseman, fouls one off. There you see they're playing him shaded a little bit to left. Giving him a gap in right center, inside a ball. Made him dance a little bit out of the way. 1-1 the count. Now the pitch. Foul tip back. 1-2. On Tokars. Trevians sent 8 men to bat in the bottom half of the first. So only Chris Busby didn't get a chance to bat. He'll bat to lead off the second. Foul ball back. A skipper, 55-footer, a ball. And we even up the count at 2-2. And Wilson delivers. Outside, the count goes full, 3-2. 2 out. Nobody on. Foul ball back. And the count remains full. Now the pitch. Strike 3. Caught him looking. And in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors again. Nobody left. And we move to the bottom half of the second. Busby, Marte, and Gelber do up. And the Trevians leading it 4-0. Here's Busby. Chris played on that team last year. Did a solid job of base running down the stretch in the 3 games down at Elfstrom Stadium. Here's the delivery in the dirt, a ball. 0-1. Ball 2. Brennan on the mound. Walked 1 in the first inning. Didn't strike out anybody. In the dirt, a ball. Trevians' next game is against the Ramblers, weather permitting. There's a strike.
Gotta be yours here.
Now the pitch. Ball 4. And Busby draws a walk. Not a good sign for the Dons. Both innings, the leadoff man has drawn a walk. And Marte wants to have a word on the signals, as the Notre Dame Dons coach wanted to have a word with his pitcher, Brennan. Now the pitch on the way to Marte. Squared the bunt. Took a ball. Pitch low and away. Sophomore Steve Marte getting a job to start. Very key position in a baseball team lineup as a catcher and as a leadoff man. Inside a ball. Throw to first. Busby back. Looked like he was a little undecided whether or not he wanted to go or not. He may have trouble seeing things with that sun getting a little low. Maybe that's what's going on. I'm not sure. But boy, he stepped away and didn't exactly race back to the bag. Faking to go. Pitches down in the dirt. Ball. Big gap again as the first baseman has to hold on the runner, Busby. And that's always key when you have a left-handed hitter up there. There's a strike. Gelber on deck. Throw to first. And again, the runner back. There goes the runner. No. Ball. I don't know. Maybe that was a hit and run. Busby's really been taking some tremendous leads off first. Now he's going. High fly ball. Center fielder moving over. Has it for the out. And Busby scampers back. And here's Andrew Gelber. Gelber went, I believe, 3 for 4 High pop-up foul out of play. Windshield whacker to the right side. Hot shot to the first baseman. Oversteps on the bag. And on the play, Busby moves on over to second. And here's Bryan Pritz. Tripled to the gap in right center. First time up. Ball gets away. And Busby moves on over to third. So Busby stands at third with 2 out. And the meat of the Trevian lineup. And there goes another rocket. Same spot, right center, to the fence. Here comes Pritz, rounding second, on his way to third. Here comes the throw. Won't even make an attempt. And another triple for Pritz, his second of the game. In 2 times at bat in 2 innings. And an RBI, and here's Matt Lottich. Lottich single in the first to drive in Pritz. And he got a line shot to left. That'll score Pritz again. Well, Lottich with 6 RBIs in 2 games here. And here's Matt Sharp with Lottich on at first. Throw to first, runner back. And 2 more runs in. Outside a ball. And again, high and away a ball. Throw to first, the runner back. They wanted to put in a nice stands and everything here. Beyond what they put in some nice permanent stands behind the plate, but they wanted to put in a press box and everything else here. And the village of Winnetka said no. And that's a walk. So instead, they just put in new stands. I guess they're talking down the road here, maybe even some new dugouts. Certainly need that. Lottich on at second. Sharp on at first. And here's Tom Geary, who sent a double to the fence on a shot. A real rocket to the left field fence. Back in the second. And now you'll understand what I was joking about Tom Geary beefing up a little bit to get that ball out of here. There's a strike. Throw to third. Double steal. Works. So Lottich, the second stolen base of the game. And the 4th on the Dons. Against the Dons today by the Trevs. There's a strike. On the inside corner. Knee high.
3 spot. Let's go now, Tommy.
Now to pitch. In the dirt. A ball. Lottich and Sharp leading off. In the dirt, a ball. And Luke Stundheim on deck. The pitch to Geary. Swing and a hot shot over the head of the third baseman. Took a high bounder. And 2 runs are going to score. On the play, Geary going to move on over to second. A single for Geary and 2 RBIs. And 4 runs are in. Time called. And we've got a new pitcher coming in, as it is 8-0 already. While we have a chance, let's take a brief break. We'll be right back. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network.
Hi, everyone. This is Reba.
Well, some of the crowd here today. New pitcher on the mound for the Dons. Coming in with the... Whoops, wrong graphic there. There we go. Trevians, 8 runs on 7 hits. 2 out. And Luke Sundheim scheduled to bat here. Eric Wilson, perfect through 2. Some of the crowd here today. Hi, Dakota. Wag that tail. And some of Dakota's friends. And here's Sundheim. Junior. Luke Sundheim. 6 foot, 190 pounder, first baseman. Batting here with a runner on. The ball in the dirt. Outside a ball. There's a strike. D high, outside corner. Tough to swing at. Now they pitch, high pop-up, foul, and windshield whacker off to the right. Time called, going to get signals straight. All the more important with a Trevian runner on at second. You don't want him stealing the signs looking in. Geary leads off second. They'll look back, but time called as Sundheim stepped out of the box. Now they pitch on the way. High and away, a ball.
What's this one? What's this one? Scissors?
That's not yours. Patrick, put it down, please. Where's Dakota's ball, Patrick? This is yours. Thank you.
Now the pitch. There's a strike. Strike 3. Caught him looking. In the inning. 4 more runs for the Trevians on 3 hits. We'll be back with more. And we move along to the top of the third. There's a strike. Strike 1. Bottom third of the Dons order due up. And they got a deep hole to dig out of here. High fly ball. Left fielder Rogers over. Has it for the out. 1 up and 1 down, and here's Halverson. Ernie Halverson, the shortstop. There's a strike. Well, that's kind of funny. The Dons have their catcher who's due up next. Is on the on-deck circle. is named Piazza, and he's their catcher. Josh Piazza. Now the pitch. Low and inside. A ball. Took a little shoe polish off. Outside a ball. And ball 4. So Alverson draws a walk. First base runner for the Dons, and here's Piazza. Josh Piazza batting. 1 out, 1 aboard. Fouls 1 off. Strike 1. 3rd inning. Brian Rogers, the only man not to bat in the 2nd, will lead off the 3rd for the Trevs. Line away a ball. Again, a big hole in left center. Wilson looks over to first. Last time out, Wilson pitched a 1-hitter. A little, excuse me. Ground ball picked up by Lottich. Safe at second, safe at first. Error. You got to score that as an error on Lottich on that throw. Pulling the runner off. So 2 men aboard and 1 out. And here's Brennan. The Dons looking for their first hit of the ball game. Now the pitch. There's a ball inside. Got a lot of future Trevians hanging around here. High pop-up foul. And a head doinker off to the left. Off to the left. I'm right. No, left. Boy, this has been a fun sports season this year. All the way around, fun sports season. Swing and a miss. Strike. Runners laid off for the Dons. Brennan, who struck out his first time up. Strikes out this time. 2 away, and here's Hirsch. 2 out. Two aboard. Eric Wilson. Pitch on the way. High pop-up. Foul and out of play. I think I may have hit the screen. Now the pitch. Hot shot, 1 hopper, 2 hopper to Lottich. Got a little trouble with it. Up. He has it. Boom. Lottich, the football player, makes the put out. And boy, did he make the put out. And the inning is over. In the inning, no runs, no hits, a walk, an error, and one man left. That is wrong on the deal there about the Dons. They do not have an error. Here's Brian Rogers.
Even innings.
First pitch gets away. High, hard one. Ball one. Rogers, Busby, and Marte do up. There's a strike. Rogers last year was an infielder. They've moved him out to left field for a good look-see. High and away a ball. Graduation of John Spellman has hurt the Trevians in that position. Have to find a new man to fill the bill there. And ball four. So Rogers draws the walk. And here's Chris Busby. He walked and scored. Back in the second. Batting here in the third. In the dirt, gets away, and bouncing on over to second is Rogers. Score that as a pass ball, I believe. And Busby has a man in scoring position. Again, a big hole, and right through that hole into right field with a single. Here comes the runner, and he's going to hold up at third, though. Busby with a single, and Rogers at third. So runners on at first and third, and here's Steve Marte. Marte walked in the first, flew out to center in the second, batting here in the third. Trevians at 5-1 on the season. Pitches in the dirt low, a ball. The home opener was supposed to be against Clemente. Weather prevented that. And so it is today against the Notre Dame Dons. Pitches inside a ball. Runners on at the corners. Sophomore second baseman, a sophomore catcher. There's a strike. I was looking at that hole between second and first was what I was thinking. And again, we have, looks like going to have some activity down in the Dons bullpen. Ball four. A walk to Marte, and Harper again comes on, the pinch run. So the bases are loaded for Gilbert. Strike one. No ball. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Trevians already leading 8-0. In the dirt, a ball. Bryan Pritz on deck. Bryan has had a pretty productive afternoon. 2 triples, 2 runs scored. Couple of runs knocked in. Swinging a ground ball to the plate for one over to first in time, they say. And a DP. Score it 5-4 on the DP. And Busby now at third. Marte, pinch runner Harper, is on at second. And here's Bryan Pritz. That's a ball. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Up around a hit. And Coach Milnotti talking to Matt Lottich. There's a strike. Swing and a base hit to center. 1 run going to score. Here comes the runner. Here comes the throw, and it won't even be close. And Harper scores. And another 2 runs.
Come on, man.
Go it, Jay!
Another 2 runs in. Single by Harper. 2 RBIs, and here's Matt Lottich. Matt Lottich bats with a runner on at first. And a foul ball back. There's something in Matt Lottich's bat. When he swings a ball, it just sounds harder when he makes contact with that ball. Ground ball, deep, short throw. Not in time. Base hit.
Tommy, you just got to pick it up like 1 foot. That was a shot.
And here's
That's robbery.
Matt Sharp. Ball gets away. Everybody will advance on up.
Let's go, Shoppy! We go, Shap!
So 2 runs are in, and it is 10-0. Matt Sharp batting. 2 aboard in scoring position. Swing and a high fly ball down the line, foul. Down that left field line.
Now I know I don't put their names on the back of their uniforms at Notre DAme. Oh, it's
The inside of ball.
I want Notre Dame. You better sit on the other side, my friend. Don't come over here. Don't come over here. Go to Notre Dame's side. I remember my rules. Hey, who's this? Who's this? Who's this, Tino?
And the
Oh,
pitch,
he wants to play a little ball
again
with you.
behind Sharp, and got away. Wild pitch, and a run scores. Everybody moving up. Through behind Matt Sharp. And now they get him. And Sharp glares ominously. Hit by a pitch. How many times did he throw inside there?
Behind a guy 3 times.
Here's Tommy Gary. There's a strike.
Right back up the middle, kid.
High a ball.
Hey, you got sharp. It's fast.
Swing and a high fly ball. Deep. Goes in for the base hit. And on the play, Sharp moves on over to third. Single for Gary. And Lottich comes home to score. Sharp goes to third on the single. And here's Sondheim. And the Trevians, after 2 times in a game, going to the second, going to 8 men to bat. This time they have gone to the 9th. 2 out. There's a strike to Luke Sondheim. And the pitch. High fly ball. Foul. Down the right field line. Little dying quail, actually. Down that right field line.
Exact same job as you. And I'll be over there, on Westinghouse, coaching hockey. You got as much as a chance.
And a little soft liner, base hit, single. And another run scores for the Trevians as Matt Sharp trots home. And before the next batter steps in, let's step out briefly for station identification. Here's Brian Rogers for the second time here in the third inning. Walked his first time up here in the third. Now the pitch in the dirt, low, a ball. 2-0 to Rogers. Now the look and the pitch, high a ball.
What team were you?
Trevians have 3 aboard.
I own your yard. Fans came to see you play. How you doing?
There's a strike.
I got news for you. I'd flunk a spelling test on this team.
No, that's not right. 2 aboard.
This team needs spell check.
I need spell check, Jack. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded once more.
Come on, Buzz.
Geary at third. Sondheim at second. Rogers at first. And here's Busby. Single was erased on a double play. There are the players talking with Coach Malnati.
Florida State's #1.
Yeah, that was last year.
Florida State's
Well, they haven't played it this year yet. All you can beat is the defending national champ.
Miami's #3.
Beautiful sunshiny day. Pitch on the way. Again, a new pitcher coming in.
He's a player. You're screwing him up already. He's good. Look at him. He's hustling. Right now, he's already hustled more than any time.
And Busby,
I don't like this at all.
third pitcher of the inning for the Notre Dame Dons. Busby to bat for the second time here in the third inning. Little foul ball. Trevians have scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs here in the inning. On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, all of them singles. 3 walks and a hit batsman.
Let's get Tripper loosened up.
Busby. The look back and around, throw to second. And Sondheim there. For the Trevians, pitch outside and high, a ball. Stephen Marte due up.
Trying to get the game moving on, hitting into a double play. These other guys are just vicious. You're going to get your hits in the big games.
Now the pitch, low and away, a ball.
get some pressure on him.
Now the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third. Won't have any option on it. A single for Busby and another run scores. A hot shot right down the line, and Busby nowhere to go with it. Here's Steve Florsch batting for Marte. Florsch, a pinch hitter. So Florsch batting for Stephen Marte. Inside a ball. Dasick, Yuri, and Jakubowski do up for the Dons. Swing and a miss. Strike.
Come on, I want Gelber up.
Nice, beautiful, sunshiny day.
All 3 outs, 1 inning.
Great baseball weather. And the pitch. A strike. Knee high.
Come on, Flo. Don't take the pressure off of 2. You'd be up with 2 times with the bases juiced.
Now the pitch. Swing and a high pop up. The right fielder over. Has it for the out. And the inning is over. But in the inning, the Trevians come up with another 5 spot and lead it 13-0. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. Well, a couple of changes for the Trevians. Ron Harper's brother, Peter Harper. Peter Harper now playing out in center field. And Dan Weiner now catching for the Trevians. And now all we have to worry about is the no-hitter by Wilson. We're in the 4th inning. The Trevians going for a no-hitter. Wilson, in his pitching starts, has allowed a grand total of 1 hit now through 10 innings.
We want to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Where's Tina?
Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and there's 1 out. 4th strikeout for Wilson. There's a strike. Strike 1. 1. Inside a ball. 1-1. Yuri batting, the cleanup hitter in the lineup.
Being a parent who always played behind your kid, you better be out in a 15-0 ball game.
Foul ball. Back out of play. The Trevians well in command of this one. Leading 14 to nothing. Strike 3. Caught him looking. Second strikeout of the inning, and here's Jakubowski. Gelber, Pritz, and Lottich do up. Assuming the Trevians don't bring in some of the other players here. High pop-up. Busby back, has it for the out. Another 3 up and 3 down inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Wilson continues to work on the no-hitter. Porter set to lead off the inning. Dan Porter, a junior. He's a catcher infielder. Batting. Nice, beautiful afternoon for baseball. And the delivery, a high fly ball, left field. And boom. Falls a little short. But Porter will go into second for a double. A little short of the fence. And it's a double. That brings up Harper. Peter Harper batting for the first time. He's been pinch running for Marte. Little ground ball. Deep short, picked up, couldn't make the throw. Everybody safe. Single. Runners on at first and second. I think the reason the shortstop didn't throw was he was expecting that runner, Porter, to be heading on out towards third base, and Porter wisely stayed put till the ball hit on the left side of the infield. Andy Carpenter batting for Lottich. Lottich went 3 for 3. 2 stolen bases, couple of runs batted in. Bryan Pritz, when he was in there, 2 triples and a couple of runs batted in. 2 triples and a single. Geary's gone 3 for 3 on the day. Pritz, Lottich, Geary, all 3 for 3 on the day. And the Trevians now have outscored their opponents 26-4 in the last 2 games here. And overall, are on a clip at about 9 runs a game in the season. Trevians are going to be known, I guess, this year for their hitting. And certainly their pitching. And hitting and pitching, combined with some solid defense, can take you far. There's a pitch outside the ball, I think. High a ball. Threatening to load him up for the Trevians. Sharp is due up, but I'm sure he's not going to bat. And Harper hit by a pitch. Second hit batsman today. They really went after Sharp the other time that they hit a batter. I threw at him about 3 or 4 times before they finally nailed him in the back. I don't know if that was intentional or not. The umpire's comment was, I can't run the guy for being bad after he threw 4 times in the general direction of Sharp. So his thought was that it wasn't intentional.
You can go home, it doesn't count.
Zekovich swinging a base hit to right. Here's another run coming in. Here's the throw to the cutoff man. He'll throw it over to third and not in time. Carpenter in safely with the runner at third. Zekovich with the single, and here's Park. Will Park batting.
They're calling for you. Watch it a bit. Yeah, I know.
Junior. Sondheim on deck. So Park batting for Gary, who went 3 for 3. A double and 2 singles. Nearly popped one. Well, here's a ground ball over to second. Over to first in time. Double play. Another run comes in, though. 6, 4, 3 and out. And there's 2 down. Here's Sondheim. Oops, I take that back. Here's Newmeyer. Newmeyer steps in. Trevians have scored 3 more here. Swinging a little foul ball. Yeah, the Trevians now lead 17-0. Here in the 4th inning. So all they have to do is get 3 outs here. The slaughter rule in IHSA is 10 runs in an inning. A 10-run lead at the end of 5. So we're basically looking for Wilson's no-hitter here in the top half of the 5th inning to finish this one off. High, a ball to Newmeyer. Swinging a ground ball through for the base hit into right. And Zekovic holds. Here's Brian Rogers. There's Newmeyer at first. Zekovic at second. And another pitcher warming up down the line. And Brian Rogers scheduled to bat. Rogers has basically been on the batting side, 0 for 1. He's walked twice, though. Pitch is low, a ball. Another ball. Throw to first, runner back. Runners on at first and second. High, a ball. High, another ball. The delivery. Going away, a ball. Matt Lottich has sort of wandered off, talking behind us here to a high fly ball. Talking to, and in. Were they hit? High fly ball, foul, out of play, off to the left. Trevians, tremendous hitting attack here today. Everybody's hitting. I take that back, only Newmeyer was on. I thought, I forgot to erase the player on the double play. That's what happened. When you're trying to do 2 things at once, keep track of the scoring, and at the same time keep track of what's going on the field, on the announcing here, can get a little confusing. High fly ball, got around on it early again. Busby fouls it off again, down into the corner. Trevians trying to get a little pitching in down there. They're not going to take Wilson out, going with a no-hitter here. They're just loosening up. Slow little squibber. Yep. Everybody's safe. And They score that as an error. So the bases are loaded for Weiner. Dan Weiner. And the Trevians have batted around. Strike to Dan Weiner. Batting for the first time today. He came in the third for the top of the fourth, rather, for Marte. Steve Marte. Marte was also 0 for 1 officially. He walked twice. Trevians have scored 3 more runs on 3 hits here in the fourth. High pop-up. Shortstop calls for it, takes it for the out, and the inning over. And we will be back with more in just a moment. The 5th inning and the try at the no-hitter right after these messages. There you see Matt Lottich.
Oh, no. We're booking it. Players got to get into school first.
Talking to Messantoni. Ben Messantoni. Trevians. Having an easy time of it. Tokars. Low and away, a ball. Shadow's getting a little long. And the Dodd, a little long in the teeth. 1-1, the count. Hoping to get a hit here to end the no-hitter. Obviously, Wilson trying to get it. Picked up by Weiner. Good job getting out behind the plate. From behind the plate. And the put out on the swinging bunt almost. 1 up and 1 down. Here's Anderson. Or make it the pitcher, whoever it is. Was the pitcher. Unfortunately, they didn't give me a full roster here. They just gave me the starting lineup, so I don't have any clue who's at bat. The name. Now the pitch inside a ball as Eric Wilson in the bid for a no-hitter. We'll only play 5 today. Foul ball back. Who's going to win has already been decided. When you lead 17-0, I think that's a pretty fair assumption. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, 1 more, and we'll all go home happy. The Dons down to their last out here. Eric Wilson gets the side. The pitch on the way. Outside a ball. Dan Weiner catching Wilson now. 2 out. Last hope for the Dons. Fouled back. It's not Halverson. Another pinch batter that I have no clue who it is. Last hope for the Dons. The pitch on the way. Behind him, a ball. Now the delivery by Wilson. Strike 3, and the ball game is all over. We'll be back in just a moment to tell you about this no-hitter. By Eric Wilson. On Eric Wilson's face, and well worth it. The Trevians end up winning this one by the final score of 17-0 in a slaughter rule shortened game. But Eric Wilson pitches a no-hitter, having pitched a one-hitter in his first time up on the mound down in southern Illinois. So the Trevians' record moves to 6-1. For the Trevians, 17 runs on 18 hits, 1 error. They had 4 stolen bases, left 8. And for the Notre Dame Dons, no runs, no hits, 1 error. They did leave 2. The winning pitcher, of course, is Eric Wilson. And the Trevians are scoring at a better than almost a 10-run a game clip right now. And we'll take on the Loyola Ramblers in the next scheduled game. That is also a game that is scheduled here on the network. So the Trevians win in an easy one. For the hitting side of it, Marte went 0 for 1. He walked twice. Gelber 0 for 3. Pritz 3 for 3 at the plate, including 2 triples and 3 times. Lottich 3 for 3 with 2 stolen bases, both of them having a couple of RBIs. Sharp 0 for 1. He was on base twice, though, once with a walk and once by a hit batsman. Got hit by a pitch. He stole a base. Geary 3 for 3, just missed a home run by about a foot. Sunheim 2 for 3. Rogers 1 for 2 officially, but he walked twice. And Busby 2 for 3 in his plate appearances for the starters today. So that's it. The Trevians win. I hope you've enjoyed today's game. This is Mark Braun, and we say